Hi there, I'm John Bowe. Welcome to JB's Track Tips. We're going to take you through the whole process of getting more enjoyment out of your car by doing track days. We'll go through some of the rules, some of the regulations, give you some driving tips, talk about some safety gear, all the things you might need to know if you're going to take up track days or you're going to try and improve yourself during track days, because track days are a great way to enjoy your car. I find that doing track days actually makes you a better driver, makes you a better road driver. You hone your skills better somehow, so you get rid of all that adrenaline and you're more sensible when you drive on the road. So it's actually very beneficial. It should be legislated, I reckon, that everybody does track days because they learn so much. I've been going to racetracks for many years, since I was a little kid, but the first race meeting I went to, I remember I was driving in and my dad was driving in his HG ute, and we had a little Formula V race car on the back on a trailer, and as we drove into the track I felt sick, like nauseous. I was so nervous. So they can be pretty daunting things, but the more knowledge you have, the better it is. So as I progressed along the path of motor racing and motorsport, I got less and less nervous. So now with 1,200 races under my belt, I don't even raise my heart rate much before I go to the track. I'm quite often asked, what will I do, what will they do to modify their car for track use? Now, it's not always necessary to modify your car. Most modern cars anyway are pretty capable things. The first thing you should do is apply yourself more to your driving. So doing more track days is going to help your driving. Getting some instruction is going to help your driving. Quite often they provide, track days provide instructors or guys there that have got experience, like me for instance, that will help you with your driving. Modifications are good. You can certainly improve your car for track use, but the more you improve it for track use, the less suitable it's going to be for the road. So certainly, you know, we've got track day tyres here, for instance. They're almost a must because you'll end up ruining your normal road tyres. So you need probably another set of wheels and another set of tyres, and you just swap them over the night before and off you go to the track. So that's just a quick simplified way to do it. Suspension can be modified too. There's lots of experts around that you can source, but the first thing to do is really get yourself and your brain organised to do safe, fun track days. I think to be fair to yourself and to your car, you probably need it serviced, you need to change the oil, you need to do the brake fluid and things like that. That's going to keep it in good fettle, and it's going to be good for you for the safety too. I mean, there's all sorts of different cars you can go to a track day with. I mean, you can take your mum's Toyota Camry if you want to, but if you happen to have a really fast car, you've got to be extra careful, because I've seen a guy once with a Ferrari. He lost it going down the ramp at Sandown and head-butted the fence, and not a good thing for an expensive car. So once again, it's very important to warm the car, warm your reflexes up, warm the tyres up before you start really standing on the gas. You've got to be smart to go fast. A very important point to remember is to switch your head on, get your brain activated. For instance, you know, don't go out with your mates to a nightclub the night before and have 45 beers. You've got to be switched on, smart. Don't take your problems to the track with you. I mean, part of the joy I get out of racetrack stuff is that you're completely on your own in the car, doing your own thing, and your concentration is so high that whatever problems you've got in the world, you haven't got, because you block it all out. So activate your brain, you know, engage it, be right in the moment. That's a good way to do it. Most track days that I've been to, they group you in estimated lap times, say. So you're generally out there with cars of a similar performance, but of course different cars have different parts of the track where they're better. So, you know, you might have a car that brakes incredibly well, but it's not that fast down the straight. So this is why you need to be very aware. You know, you watch your mirrors, you look long vision out the front, keep your eyes up. It's important, but most organisations, whether it be a club or a company that runs track days, will try and group you at least. If you end up in the wrong group, you know, you just have to go and see the clerk of the course or whoever's running the day and try and get into a group where you feel more comfortable. So there's no sense if you've got, say, an MX-5 and you end up out there with, you know, 10 Lamborghinis and Porsche GT3 RSs. So all you're going to do is watch your mirrors all the time rather than the track. I think trying to set personal bests is probably more for the second or third or fourth or fifth or 10th track day. I think the first day you go to the track, it's all very new to you and you need to hasten slowly, as my dear dad used to tell me, hasten slowly. He also used to tell me there's no sheep stations at stake, which means, you know, you're not going to get a big prize at the end of the day. So I would think once you get yourself established, yeah, of course you want to do your personal best. Of course you want to improve. That's what it's all about. And if you happen to break your personal best, you'll go home more excited. It's just like winning a race. Have fun with your track day, but when you leave the track, you're not on the track anymore, so you drive sensibly. Same when you're going to the track. It can be a bit daunting. You can get a bit overexcited. You end up losing your licence before you even get to the racetrack. But the track days are for enjoying your car, honing your driver's skills. It'll make you a far better driver in the long term. Motorsport's seen as expensive, and in a lot of cases it is expensive, but track days are generally not that bad. You know, a few $100s will see you probably have more fun than you're ever going to get for $200 anywhere. The thing you need to guard against, of course, is, you know, tyre wear, brake wear, things like that. But if you buy yourself an extra set of track tyres and wheels, these sort of tyres will last, you know, 10, 20 track days. They're made for the job, where your road tyres are not made for the job. So that's a small investment for a long-term gain. I think there is such a thing as natural ability to drive, but it's certainly you can learn the techniques. There's no doubt about that. Not all track days organisations provide you with instruction. So if you need instruction, if you've done a day or two and you need instruction, the best thing to do is to ask the organisation, the club, can you get some instruction? They generally have experts in them, and you get somebody that will teach you the fundamentals, or if you've got some glaring faults. I mean, you can have a glaring fault like the way you hold the steering wheel can be bad. So there's lots and lots to it. Not many people understand the art of driving. There's quite a few books on it. Best thing to do, get to the track, go through the motions and learn as you go, and you'll learn plenty, let me tell you. Doing a track day is all about having fun with your car. So in this series we're going to cover off all the things that you're going to need to know to do track days and have serious motoring fun.